Good morning. Please be seated. My name is Bala Sundaram. I'm the Vice Provost for Research and Dean of Graduate Studies, and it's my distinct pleasure to welcome the 2021 doctorate recipients, their family, mentors, their families and friends to the doctoral hooding ceremony. This is a very special component of the campus commencement exercises, intended for a very special degree. Reading for and earning a doctorate, as many of you now know well, comes with some unique obstacles, which have been made much more challenging by this past year's global pandemic. Even under normal circumstances, you have the layered curriculum, which takes you through core competencies and then onto more specialized training. The running of the gauntlet of comprehensive or qualifying exams to gain admittance to candidacy, and then the wandering through discipline-specific landscapes to find a compelling issue to explore. As I was planning these remarks, I recalled my own adventures through the process. I recalled that a group of us, peers and friends, had t-shirts made which read, "When you see the light at the end of the tunnel, order more tunnel." Seemed appropriate at the time, as every step that appeared to edge closer to cracking a puzzle led only to new twists. This is where the advisor was there to reassure you of the normalcy of the situation and to provide a stabilizing hand to ensure that any stumbles were in fact ruts in the road and nothing deeper. Without these guides helping define destinations and possible routes of approach or avoidances, this ceremony would be a very short one. This is why the recognition of the joint journey is personalized through the hooding ceremony. With this acknowledgement, the recipients of any doctoral degree are now closer to or at the frontiers of their respective fields of study and have embraced the reality that they are indeed students for life, wherever and however they may end up using their skills. For me, this is best embodied in this quote attributed to Isaac Newton, who is said to have stated, "I do not know what I may appear to the world, but to myself I seem to have been only like a boy playing on the seashore and diverting myself and now and then finding a smoother pebble or a prettier shell than ordinary, whilst the great ocean of truth lay all undiscovered before me." I congratulate all the candidates, your mentors, and especially your supports. These are the people who urged you on when the light at the end of the tunnel seemed just that little bit too far away. I hope you enjoy this morning's festivities. It is now my great pleasure to introduce the Chief Academic Officer on campus, Provost Joseph Burgo.
Thank you, Vice Provost Sundaram. Wow, it's great to see all of you here in 3D, in person. So we're here today to appropriately pause, as we do annually, in the midst of our busy, fast-paced lives, to justifiably honor the incredible hard work, dedication, and resilience that is required as each of you are recognized as doctoral graduates from UMass Boston. Under any circumstances, the earning of a doctorate is an occasion for unabashed joy, pride, and celebration. Yet, in these challenging times, I have an extra special appreciation for each of you and profound admiration for your accomplishments as we continue through the challenges of an unprecedented COVID-19 pandemic and the systematic inequalities that have been laid so bare and exacerbated by that pandemic. You are truly remarkable. The knowledge, skills, and expertise that you have gained from each other, from your faculty advisors, from other faculty members, and the myriad of learning experiences here at UMass Boston prepare you well for a future that needs you and your scholarly expertise. I also want to congratulate your families, loved ones, and friends who have traversed along with you on this arduous academic journey, supporting your endeavors and making sacrifices along with you so that we can be here today as we recognize the earning of your doctorates with a ceremonial hoodie. I also applaud your professors, and particularly your advisors, who have mentored and guided you to this important moment. In the hallowed halls of the Academy, there are few relationships as special or rewarding as the shared experience between doctoral candidate and doctoral advisor. I am so pleased that we honor not only our graduates, but our faculty as well through the time-honored tradition of doctoral hooding. Bask in this well-earned moment together. Looking beyond this immediate place and moment, there is much for each of you to consider as we continue emerging into an uncharted post-COVID-19 future. There are great challenges, opportunities, and responsibilities facing you as esteemed scholars from UMass Boston. Challenges are clearly upon you as we strive to improve health, revitalize economic opportunity, create sustainable solutions to climate change, address inequalities, and aggressively pursue anti-racism and the development of equitable solutions to the long-term pandemic of racialized inequality. I challenge you to seize the opportunity to make contributions. Use the knowledge and experiences you have gained to be part of the multifaceted solutions our communities and society so desperately need in these times. These are not merely opportunities, they are responsibilities you have as lifelong beacons to be champions of the values we hold so dear here at UMass Boston. Now, however, is a moment to celebrate. You are appropriately beaming with pride. There are few occasions in life where we celebrate something so significant with so many others at once for such a well-earned reward for dedication and hard work. Bask in your accomplishments as UMass Boston doctoral graduates and continue to make us proud. Once a beacon, always a beacon. Thank you. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Chancellor Marcelo Suarez Orozco.
Good morning, Beacons. Thank you all for joining us for this 2020 University of Massachusetts Hood ceremony. I want to begin by congratulating all of our graduates of the class of 2021. You have attained the highest academic degree at UMass Boston. I thank you for your commitment to the pursuit of academic excellence, for pursuing that end at the University of Massachusetts, Boston, and for exploring and expanding the development of new knowledge. But first, I want to acknowledge all the friends and family and other supporters here today that have helped you navigate and complete this journey towards your doctoral degree. All of you who have supported a graduate today, here, please rise and be applauded for your help and your assistance. Thank you. Before we begin the hooding ceremony, I want to challenge each and every one of you who have achieved the highest academic degree to put it to its best use. And nowhere is that effort more important today than in striving for truth, no matter your academic, career, or professional focus. The work of education is cultivating the signs of healthy, flourishing, and engaged citizens. In the Platonic sense, education endeavors to nurture logic, truth and science, ethics, goodness and justice, and aesthetics, beauty. Creating a more inclusive, just, and sustainable world is education's urgent challenge. Academia, my fellow beacons, has always stood as a citadel of and for truth, but at no time has our truth-seeking, truth-telling responsibility been more important. Truth is under assault in nearly every domain of human existence. As citizens of the Republic, all of us have had a front row seat to the use of misinformation in policymaking, which is increasingly carried out in the swamp corners of social media. But democracy is not the only casualty on this assault on truth. We only need to look at the debate over vaccines and climate change to know that the evidence-based physical sciences have not escaped this malaise. Your road ahead will be hard. There is no cognitive GPS to guide us forward. Like Dante in the immortal Divine Comedy, we find ourselves, quote, seemingly in the dark forest because the path which led aright has been lost, end of quote. Increasingly, it feels like we're all lost denizens in a dark empire of post-truth, a word that didn't exist before 1990, but was named by the Oxford dictionaries as the international word for the year 2016, having increased in its usage by over 2,000%. But to be sure, this is a worth battle. Indeed, if we hope to win the existential battles of our time, pandemics, unchecked climate change, the undermining of democratically elected government, structural racism and inequality, we need to rescue truth from the many threats to it. First, we need to affirm and elevate truth-seeking, truth-finding, and truth-telling with a renewed sense of urgency. One proven strategy is to increase access to higher education, which teaches the search for truth as a matter of both scholarly inquiry and democratic citizenship. Second, we must foster curiosity. And I was so happy to hear our dean quote that eternal, beautiful line from Isaac Newton on curiosity as the driver of human imagination and so many extraordinary endeavors. Curiosity is nourished with proven hands-on opportunities to learn in classrooms, in labs, in libraries, in communities, in the real world. Third, and here is where you, as individual scholars and professionals, can be especially helpful. We must foster student agency, focus on deploying local knowledge to the solution of local problems in our local communities. I call on all of you today to take the battle to the culture of pessimism, cynicism, anomie, and disengagement. Given the extraordinary achievements we celebrate today, your extraordinary achievements, I know that you're up for the task. Thank you again, and congratulations on your extraordinary achievement. We now have come to a very important part of our ceremony, the conferral of the degrees to the doctoral candidates present here with us this morning. Provost Berger will now present the candidates for the doctoral degrees.
Chancellor Marcelo Suarez Orozco, of the 95 doctoral students receiving their degrees, I have the honor to present to you the candidates here today who have satisfied the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Nursing Practice, or Doctor of Education, who have been recommended for these degrees by the faculty and the deans of the College of Education and Human Development, the College of Liberal Arts, the College of Management, the College of Nursing and Health Sciences, the College of Science and Mathematics, the John W. McCormick Graduate School of Policy and Global Studies, the School for the Environment, and the School for Global Inclusion and Social Development. We will confer doctoral degrees by college. Following the recognition of our doctoral candidates, Chancellor Suarez Orozco will confer the degrees. Would Chancellor Suarez Orozco and Vice Provost and Dean of Graduate Studies Bala Sundaram please step forward? Will Laura Hayden, Interim Dean of the College of Education and Human Development, please come forward as the doctoral candidates in your college receive their degrees? Will Badia Ipikecha please come forward to be hooded by Professor Laura Hayden? Oh, Stephen Vinoy. Stephen is here. Thank you. Yep. Will Justin M. Carter please come forward to be hooded by Professor Lisa Cosgrove? Will Julie Coven please come forward to be hooded by Professor Sharon Lamb? Will Laura Jean Maurizio please come forward to be hooded by Professor Melissa Collier-Meek? Will Zenobia Shamim Moril please come forward to be hooded by Professor Heidi Levitt? Will Whitney Vanessa Walker please come forward to be hooded by Professor Melissa Perot? Will Melissa Marie Kwan please come forward to be hooded by Professor John Saltmarsh? Will Isaac David Tesfaye please come forward to be hooded by Professor Tara Parker? Will Zachary Wayne Caldwell Price please come forward to be hooded by Professor Angie Stone McDonald? Will Stephanie Ann Silva please come forward to be hooded by Professor Angie Stone McDonald? Will Courtney Wynn Hess please come forward to be hooded by Dean Laura Hayden? Will Sheneil Parker please come forward to be hooded by Dean Laura Hayden? Will Christian Michael Bednar please come forward to be hooded by Dean Laura Hayden? Oh, by Professor Tara Parker. Will Carolyn B. Edwards please come forward to be hooded by Dean Laura Hayden? Will Linda Marie Flukiger please come forward to be hooded by Dean Laura Hayden? Will Brian Allen Gellerstein please come forward to be hooded by Dean Laura Hayden? Will Sam Hoyo please come forward to be hooded by Dean Laura Hayden? Will Teresa de Jesus Sebastião Schwartz please come forward to be hooded by Dean Laura Hayden? Will Aaron Lindsay Vandeveer please come forward to be hooded by Dean Laura Hayden? Will Jane Adams, Interim Dean of the College of Liberal Arts, please come forward as the doctoral candidates in your college receive their degrees? Will Andrew Angus Bartlett please come forward to be hooded by Professor Richard Hunter? Oh, by Dean Jane Adams. Will Manon Nyack Ford please come forward to be hooded by Professor Russell Shute? Will Emily Reichert please come forward to be hooded by Professor Jesse Quintero? Will Brian Balvaneda please come forward to be hooded by Professor Sarah Hayes Skelton? Will Melanie Feldman please come forward to be hooded by Professor Abby Eisenhower? Will Maite Forte please come forward to be hooded by Professor Paul Nestor? Will Matthew Hagler please come forward to be hooded by Professor Sarah Hayes Skelton? Will Rachel Okun Rubin please come forward to be hooded by Professor Sarah Hayes Skelton? Oh, she's not here. Okay, thank you. Will Arindam Bandot Padai, Interim Dean of the College of Management, please come forward as the doctoral candidates in your college receive their degrees? Will Mohsen Ahmadian please come forward to be hooded by Professor Roger Blake? Will Mariam Rahafruz please come forward to be hooded by Professor Jeffrey Kiesler? No. Okay. Will Kim Jun-woo please come forward to be hooded by Professors Robert Kim and Sangwon Kim? Will Usama Ali Khan please come forward to be hooded by Professors Robert Kim and Sangwon Kim? Will Xiao Chon Tong please come forward to be hooded by Professors Robert Kim and Sangwon Kim? Will Rosanna DeMarco, Interim Dean of the College of Nursing and Health Sciences, please come forward as the doctoral candidates in your college receive their degrees? Will Amanda Michelle Barudin Cayero please come forward to be hooded by Professor Julie Wright? Will Justin Kampf please come forward to be hooded by Professor Jessica Whiteley? Will Sarah A. Smith please come forward to be hooded by Dean Rosanna DeMarco. Will Ekta Srinivasa please come forward to be hooded by Dean Rosanna DeMarco? Will Melissa Rodriguez Perez Teixeira please come forward to be hooded by Professor Beth Rowlands? Oh, I'm sorry, by Professor Dean DeMarco. Will Kimberly Lynn Fleich please come forward to be hooded by Professor Terry Aronowitz? Will Chizoba C. Wosu please come forward to be hooded by Professor Terry Aronowitz? Will Kimberly R. Claude please come forward to be hooded by Professor Eileen Stewart Shore? Will Julia Gail McDougall Ronconi please come forward to be hooded by Professor Eileen Stewart Shore? Will Julianne Mazawi please come forward to be hooded by Dean Rosanna DeMarco? Will Robin Cote, Dean of the College of Science and Mathematics, please come forward as the doctoral candidates in your college receive their degrees? Will Benjamin B. Cruikshank please come forward to be hooded by Professor Jonathan Shelley? Will Kevin Javier Aviles Rodriguez please come forward to be hooded by Professor Liam Revelle? Will Justin F. Catalesa please come forward to be hooded by Professor Jill McCoska? Will Cassandra J. Lyons please come forward to be hooded by Professor Michael Suarez? Will Jocelyn Sorrell Steinfeld please come forward to be hooded by Professor Kelly Siegfried? Will Amanda Grace Tokash Peters please come forward to be hooded by Professor Doug Woodham? Will Sabrina Sierra Hafiz please come forward to be hooded by Professor Michelle Foster? Will Paul Kalevi Hatonen please come forward to be hooded by Professor Michelle Foster? Will Jessica Marie Karch please come forward to be hooded by Professor Hannah Sevian? Will Raul Orduña Picon please come forward to be hooded by Professor Hannah Sevian? Will Ji Chiao please come forward to be hooded by Professor Hongang Zhang? Will Matthew Almeida please come forward to be hooded by Professor Wei Ding? Will Salman Faramand please come forward to be hooded by Dean Robin Cote? Will Kiki Adozi, Interim Dean of the John W. McCormick School for Policy and Global Studies, please come forward as the doctoral candidates in your college receive their degrees? Will Bridget Bearden please come forward to be hooded by Professor Christian Weller? Will Lindsay D. McMahon please come forward to be hooded by Professor Courtney Sprague? Will Xiao Wang please come forward to be hooded by Professor Jeffrey Burr? Will Bob Chen, Interim Dean of the School for the Environment, please come forward as the doctoral candidate in your school receives their degree? Will Angela Margaret Erb please come forward to be hooded by Professor Crystal Schaff? Will Sheila Fesco, Associate Dean and Director of the School for Global Inclusion and Social Development, please come forward as the doctoral candidates in your school receive their degrees? Will Esther Nyambura Camus please come forward to be hooded by Professor Jillian McNaughton? Will Konstantinos Koutsiompas please come forward to be hooded by Professor Jillian McNaughton? Would all doctoral candidates please stand?
Thank you. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Nursing, Practice, Doctor of Nursing Practice, for the graduating class of 2021. 2021. Or Doctor of Education, as recommended by the faculty of the University of Massachusetts, Boston, in accordance with custom. You, as individuals, are entitled all the rights and privileges which pertain to this degree here and elsewhere. Congratulations, Beacons.
Thank you, Chancellor Suarez Orozco. Graduates, their families, and friends, we will now begin the academic recession. Please remain in your seats until after the stage party, faculty, and graduates have recessed. Families, you can meet your graduates outside the auditorium once the recession is complete. Would the stage party please rise and follow the Chancellor off the stage?